if it's not the Hornets, it's somebody else that takes a chance on him.
Would you fall for me like I fall for you?
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another episode of NBA Now. It's your boy Dom, and we're gonna get right into things here today. So, today, we are talking about the Charlotte Hornets, and more specifically, we're talking about a guy that should be a member of the Charlotte Hornets, and that's LiAngelo Ball. The Charlotte Hornets currently are the 8th seed out east. They are 19-19, and they're having a decent year. Obviously their goal to be making the playoffs and everything like that, continuing to improve with LaMelo and Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier and all the guys that they got out there, right? And now everybody obviously knows that the big hole for the Hornets would be center, and LiAngelo Ball is not a center or anything like that. So you might be asking, what's the point? But we've seen over the last few weeks a plethora of previously played NBA players such as Isaiah Thomas or Joe Johnson get NBA contracts. We've seen guys that we've never seen in the league before get contracts. And so with so many contracts being available due to health and safety protocols and everything like that, there is more and more reason for the Hornets to sign LiAngelo Ball. I think coming into the season after he had his good summer league run, I want to say these are his stats from his summer league run. He averaged 9 points, 2 rebounds, and overall he played pretty well. He shot over 50% from 3 on 3 threes a game, shot 60% from the field, and just played super well for the Hornets summer league team. And everybody thought, he had finally earned his way into the league. He showed enough in the summer league and stuff like that. Was outperforming a lot of high coveted rookies and stuff like that, and so many people thought he deserved a minimum contract on the Charlotte Hornets, right? Even if he's just an end of a bench guy, everybody thought that he deserved it. Everybody thought it would make sense to him having his brother there and everything like that. It's something that the Bucks have done for Giannis and stuff like that. They've signed his brother, and they tried to sign his other brother and stuff like that. So it kind of wants to keep them there because you're doing everything for your player. And the Hornets haven't done that yet. They haven't signed LiAngelo, and it's kind of confusing because when you look at what he did in the summer league, he did everything that he, I think, needed to do to get a job, right? The fact that he was consistently knocking down the three was the major thing, and he wasn't just jacking them up. He was hitting them in rhythm. He was playing good basketball, and he was getting a lot of media buzz for it. So it's really weird that he still hasn't received a contract from the Charlotte Hornets, but kind of the point of this video is he should. And if we see protocols really strike this team, I wouldn't be shocked if we see LiAngelo Ball has been signed to the Charlotte Hornets on a 10-day contract from Shams or Woj or anything like that. And even a 10-day contract, I think is totally reasonable for him to get at this point. Now, I know it's kind of hard to figure out where exactly he plays on the court. I think you probably play him at small forward, even though he's only 6'5" and stuff like that. Off the bench, small forward, it should work perfectly fine against bench units. More and more, with small ball and everything like that, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And against some teams, you wouldn't play him and stuff like that, just due to matchups and everything like that. But he's a player that I think you can put out there, and he can play relatively well for you. He's not the greatest defensive player, but he's not Trae Young or anything like that. So having him out there, I think, would be a plus for the Charlotte Hornets. I think it adds a guy that off the bench can score a little bit, can help you space and stuff like that, while also keeping your star player happy. And I think that's something that's huge for this team because LaMelo's performed very well in Charlotte and looks to be a future all-star, stuff like that. Won Rookie of the Year and everything. And to keep a guy like that in your city, more and more you need to keep them happy. Again, back to the example with Giannis, right? The Bucks have done everything they needed to keep him happy. But then you can shift over and you can look at a guy like Zion Williamson, a guy that, isn't maybe as happy with his situation, and a lot of that is because you're not winning. And now the Charlotte Hornets are winning. They've won a lot more than even the Pelicans have with Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson's been injured and stuff like that. I obviously made a video on that a few days ago, if you guys would want to see more thoughts on that. But having a winning culture and keeping your star happy and, doing some of those little things goes a long way when it eventually will come down to contract negotiations. Now, LaMelo's got 2 years left on his deal and stuff like that, so it's not anything big for them now. But LiAngelo could potentially provide a decent player off the bench. He could be better than one of the Martin brothers off the bench. I believe they only have one now on their roster. But if you have him on a minimum, what does it hurt to have him on a minimum for the end of your bench? Because I think, even if you weren't playing him a lot, it'll help with practice. It's going to help with just team morale. When your star player's happy, you're happier. And now, I guess coming to that, it's also like he could be looked at on that team as, oh, your brother got you this contract and everything like that. But the Charlotte Hornets aren't the first team to show interest in him. Obviously, he had a lot of NBA buzz before it kind of fizzled out and his whole China situation and everything like that, and then him going overseas and doing the LeVar's League, whatever that was called. I can't even think of what it was called, but him playing in that league and being like the only guy that wasn't in high school playing in it and stuff like that, and still not performing crazily well, was a big reason why he didn't get drafted. But ever since then, like, teams have showed interest in him. Detroit had him on their going into training camp. They had him on their roster and stuff like that a few years ago. Another, a team that was bad and looking to give a guy an opportunity or something like that. And then obviously the Hornets have had him on their summer league roster. He performed super well. I think he's a guy that his goals are to be in the NBA. So if you get him a job in the NBA, I don't think he's going to try and blow it off and play bad. I think he's going to do everything he can to keep that job and to really exceed in that role. And with this Charlotte Hornets team still being young and a pretty impressive team overall, if you bring in a guy like that's decent at three-point shooting, it only helps you win, and maybe that helps you push for the playoffs a little bit more. I don't think he's a substantial factor in how many games you're going to win, but having good guys off the bench is a very underrated aspect in the league where maybe he shoots 4 from 3, right? That's 12 points off your bench that you're paying a minimum to, that's helping keep your star happy and should help you stay in that playoff race. Again, where he fits in, I think it's super simple. You run him as a 3 off the bench. Your starting lineup is LaMelo, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges, and then I don't know, I haven't watched a ton of Charlotte Hornets games this year, but I want to say Mason Plumlee should be their starter, because I really doubt that they are starting like a Nick Richards or even a Kai Jones at this point, or a Vernon Carey. But a lot of your younger guys are like forwards, like a PJ Washington, like a Miles Bridges, or like center, like a Kai Jones, and then James Bouknight is clearly like a 1 or a 2. So really there's a place for him off the bench if you want to play him and stuff like that. Like, he's not really going to, the only person he'd really be taking minutes from is Cody Martin, or maybe like a Scotty Lewis, a guy who hasn't really played much this year for them. So there's definitely some minutes there that he could kind of soak up a little bit. Now Cody Martin's having actually a pretty good year this year, averaging almost 9 points per game, but does it hurt? He's playing 27 minutes per game, so does it hurt to drop that a little bit? Probably not. And although they're going to play pretty similar roles, I think maybe, I don't know, Cody Martin's 6'6", LiAngelo's 6'5". One game, one of them's out for protocols or whatever, you could play the other. One matchup maybe favors one player or the other. One lineup maybe favors the other player or the other, or something like that. I don't know. It's just kind of appalling to me that the Hornets haven't really taken the initiative to go out and sign LiAngelo at this point, when it seems to be such an obvious decision for them to make. So yeah, I don't know. That's really what this video is. It's really kind of how has he not gotten the contract with the way that he performed, but guys that have been out of the league for 4 years, like a Joe Johnson, are getting called up to join the league when they aren't even playing summer league, they're playing other leagues and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to me. I figured it was something that everybody kind of wanted to think about and maybe build some buzz behind, because I know I'd seen, a few times, how is LiAngelo not in the league? When is he going to be in the league? And it's kind of one of those things where it's he could very well be in the league pretty soon. And it will be kind of crazy if all 3 Ball brothers are in the league. because like then that will really be LeVar getting his dream to come true. He got all his sons to the NBA. How he did it, some people may not like, but at the end of the day, the guy did it. And I think that's kind of crazy just to think about. But yeah, I think if the Charlotte Hornets don't give him a contract, I could see another team potentially looking at him to try and fill a role on their team, if protocols continue to hinder some other teams and stuff like that. And who knows, maybe a team like the Chicago Bulls with his other brother tries to pick him up, or maybe the Los Angeles Lakers, the place that he wanted to play all along, right? Obviously, all three of them being from Los Angeles, and Lonzo being the hometown kid that went there, number 2 overall. Who knows, maybe LiAngelo wants to go out there, play with LeBron, and maybe he finds a role on their roster, not being closer to retirement than starting his career, might help them, kind of like a Stanley Johnson has for them as well. But I don't know. I kind of wanted to pose this question. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think LiAngelo is going to have an opportunity in the league? Or do you think that it's just going to kind of be a forever, like, what if all 3 of them were good? And do you think, like, the league almost doesn't want him in so that LeVar gets his wishes or something like that? I don't know. Definitely some stuff to think about. Pretty interesting situation to look at from the outside. But yeah, I think there's probably a pretty good chance that he's in the league here pretty soon if protocols continue to keep up. And now obviously I don't want protocols to keep up. But who knows? Maybe another summer league performance this next summer puts him on the map again. And if it's not the Hornets, it's somebody else that takes a chance on him. I know damn well the jersey sales would at least be worth that contract. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe for more. It's been your boy Dom. I'll catch you all next time. Peace out, guys.